change your life, I'll love you, then she said. Cut your hair, you'll look like everyone else. Switch your shirt, you're looking a bit strange. Take this pill, it'll make your life so great.
Tuesday night, I apologize, we had a little technical jam. Getting into this bad boy. Lady White Rat and Drown. Out now. It's a dandy. We've been using it the last couple of weeks on our program. Peekaboo. JD Wolf, what's up, bro? Kinsey King, let's go. I hear it. But first, we got to figure out, StreamYard has come back again and made more changes to their wonderful product here. So I got to find the mark to take the photos off. This is terrible. Oh my goodness. There we go. We found it. Picture going. My face here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Thanks for that. 2 minutes of help. Whew, it is Tuesday night. We're 100% live, and this is, of course, the You Show. Yo. I am Jeff the Shark Perini with you on a Tuesday night. It's going to be a great Tuesday night. JD, everything's interesting, dude. They just don't know when to stop. Leave me alone. Let's catch up. This is interesting. It will be. Nice face. I won't go that far. And there I am. And yeah, man, Traverse the Abyss tonight. Love me some Traverse the Abyss. Eric was on our show. Fantastic. Dude likes to chill out by drinking coffee. Wow. I like coffee, but man, kick back with a nice Yingling lager. America's oldest brewery since 1829. Yingling. Traditional lager. Thank you. You're from Northland, JD Wolf. Yes, rocking the Abyss, of course. And yeah, we're going to talk about that shortly. Derek, my man from Freedom King Films. The two of the icon local scene bars just kind of up and shut it down over the weekend. Nick's, roast beef, and Dockside. We'll talk about that. Pretty crazy stuff. However, Bri Teller, little technical breakdown. She's expected with us, hopefully shortly. But if not, and everybody that is tuned in is in for a treat. That's right, I'm telling you, we're in for a treat. The Ravenna banner the whole time, so everybody's seen. So much for that. Anyway, coming up at 8:30 tonight, an awesome band. Good thanks to a couple of people, my main man, Kinsey King, of course, who said, yo, man, let's put this together. You need this on your show. And our good friend Jexa Ingham's like, I told you about these guys. Got to do it. 8:30 tonight, we will be chatting with the amazing Awake at Last. Absolutely. We're going to talk about the brand new song Black Masquerade, which we're going to play here shortly. We're going to talk about their upcoming shows in the area. Going to talk about how I need to fix the banners. I just realized, I can't change it. It's got me as Jeff the Pharaoh Bernie. That was last week's, and I never changed it. A wreck tonight. But anyway, yeah, around 8:30 tonight. Awake at Last. A lot of great fans, a lot of great people excited for this one tonight. We are as well as we are every Tuesday night. In the past, when we were with Jewel, we used to wait for her to get here for top 5. And, no piranha. Scary. Our good dudes at Up 24, yo man, feel free to check on in. And you guys, as I've told some other people, if you're in the area, I was going to do this promo later, but let me pop it real quick. Again, I am so mixed up, I can't even find the comments there. My God. Anyway, Up 24. And you people out there, we'll do this real quick. If you're around this Sunday, the 24th, Eagles play at night, no need to worry. 1 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., the Yoke Show will be in attendance as the guest MC is another awesome Future Star show. Brought to you by Atlanta Brocas Productions. This one's great. Free parking down at Craft Hall, 901 North Delaware Avenue, Philly. Temple U Rock Ensemble. Purple Sage. Riot Diner. The Goodbyes, our good friends from Stealing Society and Harkin and Strange Culture. All this. One show, $10. Yo Show will be in the house emceeing. And it's the day before I leave for Vegas. So I get the feeling I'm going to be a little fired up. Up 24, going out to the house. God, there's just so much I'm going to talk about tonight. Of course, Awake at Last coming on the program. Like I said, they've got some shows coming up. And we're going to talk about them a little bit later. Some right up in our area. New Jersey and New York area. These dudes are pretty awesome. Top 5. I said we're going to do it. Wanted to wait, but the audience, you must participate as well. Top 5 isms. Little things you do or others do that I got to ask, are they weird? Wow, I really hit that. 24th. What did I say? Did I say 24th? 24th. I don't know. Back me up here. Top 5 isms you do or others do that may be weird. And number 5 for me, when I'm in the car listening to music, I sing the instruments as well as the words. I'll sing the words, and then I feel the need to mouth the instrument. Is it weird? I think it's weird. I do it. It's a little weird. A lot of people in the car say, I'd like to hear the song, please. And they cut me down. We got an answer. We got a comment. The Wake of Last show is the 24th. Yeah, I know it is, dude. Please. Don't. I'm going to try and do both, but I think from the time it may not make it. But I don't want to sell that here. Yikes. Go to both. See one or the other. Both are amazing. Wake at Last, Lady of White Red, that's going to be amazing as well. And see, like John Simons always said, you can't be everywhere for everyone all the time. Shout out, John Simons. Get well soon. Number 4 ism that I do, or others do that, are they weird? Number 4 is eating just the inside of a cannoli. Not really worried about the cookie. I want the inside. The gut, chocolate chips. I don't want all that other nonsense. I want the good part. Is it weird? Number 3, I hear a lot of people do this. I'm still kind of shocked. Telling my dogs, I'll be back, or behave, I'll be back when leaving the house. I still don't think they listen. They're pretty good now, but I don't think they know how to listen. I don't think they are getting me when I tell them behave. It's just when they fight like, oh, I'm going to say cats and dogs. When they fight like dogs and dogs. Number 2, I like to bite my mustache hairs and beard hairs and stuff. A lot of people work kind of mock it. A lot of people say I look ridiculous. Again, it's an ism. Is it weird? Probably. And number 1, I always say you get the best answers if you're talking to myself, but if you're talking to yourself. I do it a lot sometimes. It actually puts me in gear. Kind of resets my brain. I feel like I'm doing it right now because nobody's answering are these weird. But you get me, and I talk to myself a lot. Not like walking down the street constantly talking to myself, but I have my own little mental chat sometimes and little stuff in my brain. It happens. Again, they get great answers. That is our top 5. Top 5 isms you do or others do. Are they weird? Number 5, singing the instruments to the music, not just the words, but mouthing the instruments. Number 4, eating just the inside of a cannoli. Yeah, I just want the goods. Don't need the cookie. Do I answer it? Sometimes. Sometimes I ask myself a question and see if I can answer it to figure out if I'm paying attention. Number 3, telling my dogs, behave, I'll be right back when I'm leaving. Sounds weird. Number 2, biting my mustache and beard hair. Number 1, talking to myself. Are they weird? No. You're learning too much about me tonight, bro. You're learning too much about me tonight. That's what happens, man, when you're solo like Han. A lot to talk about. There you have it. I took a picture of my god-awful desk this morning. Get back to that because I forgot to thank last week's guest. And, of course, a massive thank you to Miss Lisa Orlando. An awesome singer, songwriter, has been on our show quite a few times. And shout out to her for chatting about her future her past, rather. Sorry, her past and some past struggles. And her and Bri Tower connected on such a level with that. And it blew me away. A lot of people said it. And my man JD Wolf, of course, messaged me and said one of the best episodes ever. Strong. The 2 ladies cried. I cried. My wife cried upstairs. It was something. And thank you to Lisa. We love you so much. You're so inspirational. A hardworking musician. And she even said like that. I never brought that out before. I felt good that I could. So I thank you for that. Absolutely. We love it. Yeah, man, you couldn't help but cry just a little bit. That was a rough one. Real rough one. You have to tell a dog to be right back. We watched our friend's dog once, and this dog took the trash and scared off. Good heads up. Good heads up. We'll be back. If we don't say we'll be back, like suckers didn't say it. Very powerful. Thank you. A great message and powerful, and I kind of want to make that into a clip. If the ladies will, I got to talk to the ladies first. I'd like to make that in like a little clip, a reel, a TikTok, something. So people who not always, but at times feel like they just can't win or rise above, there for. And shout out to you all. And rising above it, shout out to my wife. Another great bass lesson tonight. Back at it. Keep going, Cassie. We're rooting for you. Want you on that bass, no matter where. No matter how, no matter with who, we want you on that bass. Let's get to some music. Awake at Last is our guest tonight. Be here roughly around 8:30. And they've got an absolute brand new red hot song called Black Masquerade. First one in a little bit, from what the fellas say. But let's get it out there. Yay, Cassie, indeed, Kinsey King. I agree. Let's get some music. Let's get this new one here from Awake at Last before they appear around 8:30. I believe we're just getting the singer tonight, but that's perfectly okay. This is going to be a good one. Check this one out. Turn it up loud. Tell your friends. The Yo Show bringing brand new music. Let's do it. We'll be back. Live. Tuesday night.
I'm stuck in a maze of digital displays. Like being who you are is blasphemy. Just hide away the pain. We wonder why we're going insane in this false world where we're all misled, and all we see are masks instead. To a fictitious life. We wish we could find a place where we can finally feel safe, but we're surrounded by vampires who wanna feed our misery. It's what they need. We are all afraid, searching for trust in this broken head. This world is like a digital masquerade. It's all a charade. We've all been betrayed. Living under pixelated skies, searching for truth in the sea of lies. We're dancing in the digital masquerade. It's all a charade. We've all been betrayed. Words unspoken, hide your truth. They are coming after you. There's only shadows in this place. Welcome to the black masquerade. We are all afraid, searching for trust in this broken head. This world is like a digital masquerade. It's all a charade. We've all been betrayed. Living under pixelated skies, searching for truth in the sea of lies. We're dancing in the digital masquerade. It's all a charade. We've all been betrayed.
Oh, hell yeah. Awake at last! Black Masquerade is their new one. We're joined by lead singer of that fantastic band in about 10 minutes. And I'm going to show this before they come on. Did I not put the banner up? Oh, man, you really stink. You stink. That's a great song. It's absolutely incredible. And I had the photo. Okay, we'll use this instead of just the banner. You can catch Awake at Last, November 22nd at halftime in Newark, Delaware. November 23rd, the Lucky 13 in Brooklyn, New York. And November 24th, the place I've been at, the very cool Artie's in Frenchtown, with our good friend Lady White Rat opening up. Thank you to my good man Kinsey King for all the work he does, bro. We love you. Lady White Rat opening up for Awake at Last. 24th at Artie's. A lot going on the 24th. Thanksgiving coming up. I'll be in Vegas. But 3 great chances to catch Awake at Last. 22nd at halftime in Newark, Delaware. November 23rd, the Lucky 13 in Brooklyn. November 24th, the Amazing Arties in Frenchtown, New Jersey. Tickets on sale now. The website runs down the bottom. Arties is where I saw Alien Ant Farm. And the opening act was Kaleido. Christina Chris took my hand. We're not going to tell this story over and over again. I do have a set list with a footprint on it. They're actually going to be in Vegas the day before I get there for an awesome festival, and I'm going to miss it. Shout out to Christina Chris and the gang from Kaleido. Shout out to Traverse the Abyss. Shout out to Lady White Rat. Shout out to Awake at Last. Shout out to Kinsey King. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Jason Rushman in the house. Yo, what's up, Jeff? How's your night going? It's going great, dude. We are here. And whenever I'm here, it makes me feel great. And like I said, around 8:30 tonight, Awake at Last. So some great stuff to talk about with an awesome band. And I also want to talk about, real quickly, over the weekend, again, talk about trying to be in two places at once is always difficult. So my wife made her way up to Berlin Brewery to see our great friends, the Circus Arts. The Goodbyes were also on the bill. Heard it was a nice crowd. Happy for them. We had a killer show as well for the Key Concert Series this past weekend. We called it Metal Mania. And man, I tell you what, it delivered some solid music. Our good friends from Astro Fells were there, brought a great crowd. They had a great time. Cool dudes. Awesome set. Mallcore. We played their video here a couple of times. Got to meet those guys. Very cool. Mallcore. Carotid. Wow. If you're a metal fan, these kids rock solid. We're talking about Device. I miss Device. These guys kind of remind me of a Device without the shout. It's more of a sing, but man, Carotid. JD Wolf, I'm going to try and get them on the show soon because got to hear these kids. And of course, Grimjacks. We played a little harder set. A lot of fun. Key concert series over this past weekend. And I, of course, had a good time. Dude, I know, wish you could have been there. I feel you. I know you've been under the weather. Hope you're feeling better. Hope you get well soon. And I know there were some band changes. No sweat, man. We're going to be looking to renegotiate this contract in January, blow up some huge things. The Key Concert Series. Other venues are also kind of talking to us about getting some things going on. The local music scene is really starting to pop off a lot of different ways. A lot of different promotion companies getting involved. A lot of good things happening. And we go back, of course, to the comment I got early tonight from my man Freedom King Films, and Derek said, how about Nick's and Dockside closing? Well, it's very tough, especially in today's business world, to go out and run a business of any sort, let alone a restaurant, bar, etc., and to try and keep things fresh with music. I know they had a lot of cover bands and etc., and both did, and both had really great run and seemingly great crowds, and all of a sudden, poof, it was over. But we don't want that to make local music over or live music over. And what we do, again, at the Key Concert Series is we definitely do open up the doors for bands. We do it once a month. 4 bands come in, perform, get a good crowd in there. And there's other venues, Broken Goblet, of course, who I love, stepped up and said, look, if anybody was booked or had shows coming up at those places, contact us. We'll try to get you on stage. That's great stuff. That is great stuff. So we hope for that. And speaking of amazing artists, etc., I got to first clear the comment section. I'm slow tonight. Our good friend Jexa is in the house. Hi, Jeff. Hello, Jexa. An amazing singer and songwriter and talent. She's been a guest on our show before. She was the guest the night that I sent my wife and her friend off to the Candlebox show and passed off my ticket because it was just that important to talk to you. I love some of the new stuff I heard from you. And she had reminded me from the past that, hey, remember I told you to have Awake at Last on? And sometimes I lose track, so I got to start typing that stuff out. And I went back, and I'm like, how about that? The Delaware gang. You are amazing. You absolutely are. Our good friend, again, Freedom King Films, got to see you perform with his favorite band, TRT, Harringtons, if I'm not mistaken. And everybody that goes to see you that I know comes back and says that Jack says she's absolutely amazing. You're super talent. And there you go. Always humble as well, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, everybody that I know that sees you says she is just so amazing as an artist. You're also amazing as a person. It's okay though. I did get an autographed album from that show, even though I didn't attend. But Jack's of Time is top priority here at the O Show. I said it. Couple minutes. Awake at last, and I got some good questions to ask, of course. As I did say again, like I said, key concert series, Bucks County venues. Open your doors, man. Don't close your doors to original music because people may not know the songs. That's all right. They can work in a cover song as well. Play originals and covers. This way, people come out. Support your local artists in the Pennsylvania area, the New Jersey area, the New York area, and of course the Delaware area where our awesome guest comes from tonight. He is the lead singer of the awesome band Awake at Last. And like I said, they got a couple great nights coming up. If he's ready, just give us a thumbs up if you're ready to go back there. Thumbs up indeed. Let's bring him out, the lead singer from Awake at Last. It is Vincent. Vince, your mic's on mute. See if I can get it. Let me try this real quick because your mic is on mute. There we go, unmute. You got to do it on your end. I can't unmute you. Yeah, won't let me unmute it, which is weird. Usually I always thought I could. It's kind of a silly lack of control here. We'll give that a moment while Vincent works on the mic there. Oh, there he is. Just said give us 1 second. No problem at all. We're here. I'm gonna let him do his technical work right here on the show. He's gonna bounce back in a second. Like we always say, live happens. Life happens, etc., etc., etc. Oh, I just got great word from my work that I can do the late shift tomorrow. Don't have to go in early. Thank God. All right, he's back there again. Looks like he is unmuted. Let's try this one more time from the Red Hot band Awake at Last. Let's give it up for lead singer Vincent.
What's up, my friend? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yes. Okay.
But I can also hear me.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see if I gotta just probably bring you down on my end a little bit. Better?
Better? I still hear me a little bit.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Okay.
How about now?
Test. Perfect.
All right. You can
All right, there we go. All right. I can hear you great.
Sorry about that, man. I just got this microphone and it's acting all, wonky.
It's pretty cool. But I got to tell you one thing, man, and I appreciate everybody that comes on this program because there's always a little something. It's not easy. All I do is send you a link and say, yeah, you need a computer or mic, headphones maybe, and I just send it.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with the streaming stuff yet, but I'm getting there. I just started getting some stuff for it, so I'm kind of learning how. And my computer's a little old; she's a little outdated, so I have to kind of find drivers and stuff, stuff like that. That's like, oh, this is why your mic's not working because you have to go to this website and you have to register and all that good stuff. So we should be good. As long as you can hear me, we're golden. How are you?
I can hear you. I'm great, and I got to tell you real quick, when a superstar musician who's supposed to be around technical stuff says that he has the same issues I have, man, do I feel better. Old computer, new mics, wonky, go to this site. I feel great. I really do.
I don't know if I'd say superstar, but I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Our good friend Kinsey King in the house. He says, he of course said, dude, I'm going to talk to Awake at Last. You got to get him on the program. He did a lot of work to get you here. And I thank him for that. And he knows, like I know, what great talent's all about. And again, I love you guys and what you do. I want to talk about, of course, congratulations. Let's talk about the brand new single, Black Masquerade. We played it. Wow.
You
Audience
like it?
loves it. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. That is so, it is dead center up my alley. The tour I
I'm
absolutely love.
so glad to hear that.
Yeah, man.
I'm really happy with it too because we were on a lull for a while there, like a week last. We've been doing so much writing lately that we hadn't really had a lot of time to really, like, we hadn't put up out anything this year. Most of this year we didn't even play that many shows because it was really just me, Eric, and Drew, and Nick, our guitar player. We were all just like kind of really just locked in, and there's been a lot of changes going on in the band.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
we're no longer with label. We're kind of no longer, we've taken a lot of those responsibilities onto ourselves this last year, but it was very freeing for us because without any labels telling you, oh, we want this kind of hit or we want this kind of sound, or any producers that are kind of in your ear like, oh, I think we should do it this way. It was really cool to just write what we wanted to write and not have any voices to deal with except for each other's. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's
it was really collaborative and really like awesome in that aspect because I'm really proud of these songs and I love that people are streaming it. I've been so blown away. We just released it the 15th, and
yeah.
already, I mean, a lot of people have been buzzing me. A lot of people, when I guess when the algorithm's kind of quiet, when you start putting stuff out, everyone kind of
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you're doing new music. I'm just stoked. So that's been a really awesome eye-opening experience for me because it's like, oh wow, I guess without all the producers and without all the granted, we still we love working with producers. I
Sure.
always, anytime I go in the studio, I always want to learn something from somebody. You know what I mean? If I can learn something, whether it's how to do a cool tweak in the mix or just like an idea or how to find melodies, like, I don't know, I love that. So I'm not talking bad on producers. I'm just
Right.
saying it's been cool to like really just sit down and kind of just put together our heads and do what we really just wanted to accomplish with this music, and it's been really fun seeing how it's been kind of buzzing around.
That's awesome. And it's kind of cool. Like, and I know we'll get to the meaning of Black Masquerade in a few minutes because I kind of read up on it and thought it was pretty cool. But by the same token, putting out singles on your timeline the way you want to, when you want to, kind of dig that. Like, I ask bands all the time, do you miss albums? Do you want to do albums? Some like, yeah, because you put a bunch out there. But at the same time, when you do a single, it's at your pace. You give us a great taste of it. We fall in love with it. We're ready for the next one, kind of like you're doing. So I love that. I want to give you props for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a mixture. I have mixed feelings about it because as a writer, not just a musician, but as a writer, I love putting out an album that is a completed thought all the way through. But the reality is, or at least what I've learned, just because I'm a little bit older than some of the younger artists that are coming out. Like, I'm a little more old school. Like, when I was thinking of the dream of rock and roll, like, I thought it was like you just put out albums, and people would be like, "Oh, it's my favorite album." But
Yeah.
the more fast paced everything gets, and the more like, especially because the internet and social media plays such a huge role in how people are being heard now. I guess I've had to sort of like settle into the fact that, like, okay, it's still a complete story, but you just have to release it chapter by chapter. It's like a series. So you
Yeah.
get them hooked and you keep them coming. Then when you do get a few of those singles, or you get a lot of people listening, then you can drop some of those like tracks that are a little more like deep cut, that are a little more, more in tune with the story, and you can drop a full album and then people can still enjoy it. But it is interesting, like doing single by single. It also takes a lot of like chaos off of the brain, like
Okay.
what this song's concept is, and you're like, let's just focus on this song. Like, what's the best way we can present this chapter to the listeners and to the audience? So, but I also, like some of your friends that you said that do like albums, like I do also like an album. Like, I love putting out
Right.
like a completed saga.
But even back in the day, I guess they had the 45 and then they had the album. Sorry if I'm dating myself crazy, but the whole 45 was kind of like today's single, if you will.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean,
real
and now
quick,
those
if
are like super collectible now. People love those.
hey, that's true. Real quick, I want to bring in. You talk about technical difficulties. My co-host also had them. She is here now. She's another amazing singer and songwriter, and she's been helping us out with the
Hey,
show. Bri Teller's in the house. Bri, say hello to Vincent. Maybe get in there with a question about Awake at Last.
What's up, Vincent?
how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm hanging on in.
No, that's all we can do. One day at a time. Forward progressive movement. That's all we can do, right?
Absolutely.
So I was, backstage, and I was listening to what you were saying, and I love the process, like with an artist, because a lot of people they don't see the backdrop. They don't see the background. And I was listening to everything that you were saying, and of course, obviously as a musician, it spoke to me, as well. Um it's so cool to be able to like actually like feel what another person is saying, like in their process, in their thoughts, in their experience, in every single thing what you said about producers. Like, you don't want to talk about bad about producers, like,
No,
because they
I
do what
love
they
producers.
do, and I feel you on that. I feel you. At the same time, I feel like there are certain people that just resonate with your craft, and
Hmm.
but it's the same thing all across the board. No matter what it is that we do, there are always going to be people that just resonate with us, the more we get in touch with who we are. And I guess that's the beauty in us, like, being musicians. And I
Hmm.
pretty much essentially feel like you explained that like perfectly to the T. Um, a, a lot of people don't always follow it. I followed you
No,
perfectly.
I
I loved it.
appreciate that.
Yeah, you you're you're very thoughtful. You're very thoughtful. You're very uh I don't know, there's a depth that I love. And that's the beauty in music. And I think that's also what people don't realize, why music speaks to all of us in such amazing ways, because of the depth that we can't even reach within our own souls unless we
Yep,
do what we do, you know
Yeah.
very true.
as far
Very.
as your own individual process, like when you write your songs, or you go about, like, recording your songs, what exactly, like, do you do? Like, what do you utilize? How was your process?
I have to toss up a lot of my success in writing to working with my guitar player, Eric, because while I am an endless channel of creative energy, him with
Hell yeah.
his technical understanding, because a lot of what we've done is, even Black Masquerade and all the new songs that people will be hearing as we start to put them out, they all started with just him and I. So we demoed everything out, mostly just him and I. And then we go to New York and see my bass player, because my bass player lives kind of far. So we did a lot of stuff remotely with him. But when we were over there, we would all sit in the studio and we were like, all right, who's got an idea? Let's throw it together. But like I was saying, I have an endless channel of creative energy, and I love him so much, and I appreciate him, because I know that I'm very like diagnosed ADHD person, and I will jump from like, oh,
Thought
I
to
know we
thought to
worked
thought.
like 5 hours on this song the other day, but like I'm not feeling that. Like I want to
Yeah.
write like a love ballad today, or I'm feeling
Mhm.
something like super like theatrical. I want to let's just start over, and he'd always just be like, okay, so let me just put this on hold and we'll come back to that later. But that process happening over and over again, eventually it's like, oh, I forgot about that song. We should totally put lyrics on that. And he's like,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
so cool,
we should,
honestly.
you know?
I love that. You know what the thing is, that's what I think people. I love the fact, Jeff. I love the fact that, like, we can actually dip into like the creative mindset
Same.
of artists,
Yeah.
because a lot of people don't see the backstory of why people put songs together. You know what I mean? Why people have the idea of a song, or how their process works. Like, people just automatically think that, like, oh well, I like music, I'm gonna get famous.
Mhm.
It's literally what they think, but it's so much more to it. So I feel like when any of us are able to, like, really, like, just like catch that deep end of that process, it's so beautiful and it's so inspiring, and you never know who you inspire by your words,
Mhm.
and your
Yeah.
explanation and everything like that. So other question I have for you, Vincent.
Sure.
um as far as your lyrics and your sound, your feedback that you get from your audience, um A, what is the feedback that you get? And B, how does that impact you as an artist?
I That's a good question. I I love I love my listeners a lot, because most of my songs, and if you go even farther back into some of our earlier works, it's always been overcoming something. It's always been, lost love. There's always like something in there. It really just kind of like tells the saga of like my life, but I like to tell these stories through fictional characters, right? So I'll create these other beings that I'm singing for, because if I write the song for myself, I struggle with it a little bit, but if I'm writing the song for a character, it's a lot easier for me. And I love when I'm at a show or I get a message and it's someone who's just like, oh my God, like your song, it's a sad one, but it's like, my auntie just passed away the other day, and to help my cousin get through it. And, we were talking a lot about like reincarnation, and we were talking about like the afterlife. We were like having our deep talks at the Celebration of Life. And I showed her the song, The Other Side. And, I just want you to know that song is like such a like impactful song, and it really helped us to kind of like have a beautiful moment in this sadness that they were in, because I wrote that song about losing someone very near and dear to me. So if they can like relate that to what their losses are, because we've all lost people, and like that's why I feel like that song is so bittersweet, and it's one of my favorite pieces that we've done because of that, because when I listen to it, it reminds me of my friend, and it reminds me of like how I felt. That's why we had like the video with the empty house. Like this was a friend I looked up to. This is someone that I really like. A lot of my like strengths that I was trying to like get through success wise with the band was to kind of like show them, and be like, hey, like look what I did, like check this out, and then losing that, I really lost a big part of kind of like my drive for a while. So when I get that kind of feel, when people are really feeling the song, then a lot of my messages are healing. So if people can heal through my music, that's why I was like, oh, why is your music so positive all the time? It's like, man, there's enough negativity in the world. Like I'll throw out, not everything's all cupcakes and roses. I think that getting through emotions, you can, I have songs that have gotten me through negative emotions, songs like Dead to Me, songs like even Black Masquerade. That's a very recent sort of negative emotion, but it was sort of my way of attacking it and just kind of like putting it out there and being like, hey, like, you can, as long as someone can work through it, that means a lot to me. And when I get that kind of feedback, it helps me to go forward. And even the haters, they help me to go forward too.
Well, there's a reason why people hate. Yeah, I feel you, dude. Because there's a reason why people hate. They hate because you obviously have something, and it's clear, even in your words, in your just entire essence, you have something in you that they don't have within themselves, or they don't see within themselves, and that's not your problem. That's theirs. They'll figure it out. But the fact that the fact that you told me, like, when your music resonates with somebody's like spirit, or just helping anybody get through that rough time, like that's why we all love music. Whatever way a song speaks to us, it's the most beautiful thing in the entire world. And thank you.
I gotta say,
this is true.
I gotta say that musicians, especially you, Vincent, are saying the words we all want to say, but don't know how to say them. And then you lay them down for us. I never really said it for any artist, but I feel just knowing your emotion, your backstory, you say the words so many people want to say or feel and can't get them off. So I listen to your music and say, hey, this is the great way to say it. Thanks, man. That's massive.
It is.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That's really a cool way to look at it. I definitely... I try to just channel it in a way that anybody can kind of work through what they're going through with it, Oh, I see a little chat in here, Derek Feldman. Thank you so much for checking it out, my man.
Yeah, man, we'd love to give the chat. We got a couple people that are on regularly, and every band that comes on, they go to it and say, you know what, man, you never miss. You always have great artists. I know my phone's packed with it, dude. So now, I know you said you've been off for a while, but now you got a ton of music coming back. Why the break, and how much you got? Like, how soon can we expect to keep seeing these hits?
That is also a very good question. Let me just gather my brain for a second.
Take your time.
There was a lull because I don't want to go as far back as Corona, but I could almost directly correlate like sort of the beginning of the lull to when Corona things were going down in 2019-20. We were really on the up. We had a lot of momentum, and we were really pushing. That silence, when not just us, but like so many other bands and so many other like shows and stuff, when kids, that 2-3 year silence was very hard to get through, and kind of coming back out of it, we still had like an amazing, we have a decent audience, and we have all these amazing listeners, and we did put out some singles here and there. We got recordings done as much as we could, and a lot of what I think a lot of bands did over that time was write.
Yeah.
The space, the silence from us, I think, was really just we were going through a lot of changes, like I said, going through this label thing, going through, this booking agent change, and a lot of those changes were kind of like pausing us for a second,
Sure.
which kind of forced us to go internal. And I think that's why we directed most of that creative energy to just writing again. I would say that we sort of began the journey of these songs that we're working on now, probably 2020, late 2022, late 2020,
Oh, wow.
or early
Okay.
2023. And it was a matter of kind of filtering through them. We had a lot of negative emotions to work out, and we wanted to solidify a concept. And because all of my albums have like some sort of concept, like I need that cohesiveness to kind of, I guess, function artist wise, because I need it to follow kind of like a movie. You got your intro, your rising action, your climax, your falling action, and then your finale. And I always I can't help but see it that way. That's how I've always been.
I love it.
It's kind of like a Queensryche thing. Queensryche, every album is,
dude.
Every album's a story, dude.
I do love a lot of that kind. I love like power
Same.
metal and like the old story. I do love that stuff. But
you speak my language, Jeff.
Right?
Speaking my language.
But the reason that I think we were quiet is, again, I hate to say it and sound old, but I did not. I feel like we missed the kind of early TikTok train that was really starting to take off. And I'm an old school artist. I wanted to write music. I wanted to play shows. I wanted to sell merchandise. Even talking about you mentioned something about fame earlier, and I honestly, fame is probably the one thing about all this that if I could avoid it, I would. You know what I mean?
Wow,
I don't love the idea of being someone that's gotta be always on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also I guess I'm having to slowly but surely sort of expect that's kind of just the direction things are going now. People aren't just satisfied with just hearing your music anymore. They really want to get to know you. They want to feel like they're sitting in the room with you every single day. And it's a beautiful way to I think that people love to watch something start small and then grow and develop and turn into something. I think that feeling of accomplishment is sort of shared throughout the matrix of the internet, and everyone kind of vibes on that. But I think that's the main reason there was a bit of a quiet. All I wanted to focus on was writing music, and I didn't really want the distractions of all the social media stuff. But that is perceived by those who only see us on social media as a silence, because we were working the whole time. I mean, I'm on the phone with Erica every day. I'm on the phone with management every day or every other day, and it's just but it seems silent because we just didn't have anything new to put out yet. So we figured it was better to just get everything solidified, and then now that we have something to put out, now that we have a plan in place, I feel like everyone's going to see a lot more from us, because even with all the short form video stuff we've been doing, I'm out there, doing it the middle of the city. People are walking by me looking at me why is this guy just lip syncing in the middle of the road right now? For the content, man, just keep it moving, pal. But I've had to kind of suck it up a little bit, because I resisted it, man. I really did resist it for a long time. And a lot of my people who love me are always saying bro, people love you. You should put yourself out there. People should see you, and people will love you. You could win big on that kind of stuff if you do it. But again, I don't always, I don't want to have to be an open book to the world all the time. And I think that's a part of just my artistic process, and just how I don't know. I that's where the some of that silence goes from. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but
no, it's okay.
Gosh. No,
it's your time, dude.
No, but seriously, every single word you're saying, I am yo, we're in the same brain right now. I swear. It's so cool, because I'm a rambler too. Because we have so much that's capped in here that people don't understand. People, obviously, most people only see things obviously from their perspective. We are all children in adults' bodies, so trauma, everything. So when you explain it, though, you say, I'm on the phone with so-and-so every single day. This is what's happening behind the scenes. And when people can really tap into that energy and they see it, and especially the ones that have followed you from the very beginning, Like
Mhm.
they feel as though they're even more a part of it. And that's what also like makes your soul feel whole, because you know why you do what you do, because you're extremely good at what you do.
Right.
So when you're able to like communicate that with like other people, and they're able to see that end of it and understand it, and see that even though we're silent doesn't mean we're not working.
Right.
When they can feel that and see it, like that's the coolest thing. Like, yo, you're on the fucking right road, dude. You're awesome.
I really appreciate you saying that, because that I'm hoping, that's what I'm really hoping, because I feel like now that we do have something to push, though, because of how much movement has happened over these past couple of years with social media marketing. I mean, so many bands have blown up. What's that one band that does like hardcore music with Star Wars, and they just started with that ping pong cartoon? Have you
Oh, I
seen that?
forget the name. Yes, I have.
That
Oh,
is
if you guys
wild. And
remember
that
it, tell
band
me, because I'm
literally like
interested.
just formed a few months before that. One of the members was like just doing the animation stuff, and they're like, this will be funny. Like, boom, you throw it out there, something hits, and then all of a sudden everyone starts listening, and that's, it's kind of like scary, but that's just kind of where we're at now. It's
Yeah.
wild. So moving forward, now that we have music to push, now that I have songs, and I know you asked earlier, how much you have. Like, I mean, we got a lot of different songs. We really have solidified this concept, and I'm looking
Awesome.
forward to like releasing more and more stuff. Black Masquerade is really just the first chapter. It's sort of like I said, if it was a movie, it's introducing the setting. I feel like
Wow.
Black Masquerade kind of introduces the setting for where I'm at mentally. And a lot of the themes that you'll hear coming from this, especially with the way that we've been doing our short form video and stuff, like you see a lot of this sort of CCTV, VHS, found footage, underground stuff. That all comes from a place of resisting kind of that, I guess, the social media
Okay.
The
like
norms.
so in a way, it's weird because I don't want to say it's like hypocritical, but we have to use social media to promote this stuff out there. But my main goal, especially with like songs like Black Masquerade, is to like, how you see those videos where it'll be like, stop scrolling, do this and this and this, or
Yeah.
something. That's sort of what I'm trying to do. It's like, hey, I understand that you're not going to hear this unless the algorithm gods like deem you to like be of the mindset to hear this. But
Right.
like, listen for the deeper spiritual meanings I'm talking about. I'm talking about not losing our humanity in it. Like I'm talking about, the Black Masquerade is the fact that everybody can be whoever they want on screen. You can put
Yeah.
out so many posts that your life is so grand, and then at the same time it could be like absolutely horrible, and nobody will ever know that because that's what you put out there, and you control
Wow.
the perception of
Yes. Oh
how
God.
people can
Yeah.
see you. And my goal with the music is to say like, hey, don't forget to actually like think about where you are, like spiritually, mentally, how you're struggling, and how the people around you are struggling, because it's easy to put on a
Look at the
mask and
facade.
say, hey, everything's great.
Yeah.
But in reality, I think for a lot of us, things aren't that great. I mean,
Right.
I think that we're all kind of struggling. And
We're
if
human.
everyone just thinks you're great and you throw out a flag like, hey, I need help, some people are going to be like, oh, they're fine. They're like, I mean, like,
Yeah.
they're good.
Yeah.
And you may, you can lose those opportunities to like kind of connect with somebody, and so I don't
I
know.
love you.
Like I'm
I
rambling.
I know, right? You.
fucking love you. Like seriously, like this, like the depth of it. And it's so crazy because I swear, Jeff, I am so thankful for you, because I'm proud to be a co-host on this motherfucking show. Because every single time, no matter who it is that we talk to, I feel like I gain so much more knowledge, and just the communication is so real. It's so fulfilling. That means the world to me. Vincent, I love the fact that like this is the problem with social media nowadays. Like, and you're right. We can utilize it for what it's worth. At the same time, stop fucking lying to yourself, but also at the same time, don't use it as your fucking journal, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people don't need to know your bullshit, because
Right.
people judge and people are assholes. But it's okay because we all go through our own shit. But
Mm-hmm.
you being real, and you seeing it for what it is, and being able to connect, and the fact that you said that, yo, that's the coolest fucking thing, dude. And that's what I think a lot of people don't see. Like, we are all human. We have our good days, our bad days. We struggle, Like I said, we're all kids in adult bodies.
Hmm.
So if we're able to connect, the connection really is the most important thing. And the fact that you're utilizing social media for the right reasons, and especially because you have such a bigger message behind your music, that is the most beautiful thing. And that is what the industry needs now. That is what music is all about. It's about
Yeah.
connection, it's about
Hmm.
opening up, good parts, bad parts, everything, but it's about us seeing ourselves as the beautiful creatures that we are as humans.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we just need the fans to be common to go to some of these shows.
Yeah, please. I mean, we're playing in
Right?
Jersey 24th, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got it. We got
that's
the
gonna be really
little
fun. I can't wait.
banner made here. Got a couple great shows coming up, and live music again is the big thing. You said when COVID, a lot of people will stop coming out. I go out all the time. I love it. Awake at
Got you,
last.
man. Gotta come vibe it. Also, it's gonna be really fun. So if you are watching and you do want to come out, I sort of, the way we've been marketing it is as a masquerade. So like dress to the nines, like come
Ooh,
have fun, bust out your Halloween costume again, whatever you want to do, just like come and like kind of be a part of it. Like I've got I went out and like got some like cool little just like regular old like masquerade masks that we're gonna like hand out
nice.
at the merch table and stuff. So you can kind of, because again, the theme is, you're sort of like, all right, you can hide your identity, but then there's going to be those moments where just only wear them for that one song though, and then the rest of the show, like, be present, be like I'm hoping that I can get it across. It doesn't always work out this way, but when we play that song, I don't want anybody to be on their phones. I'm going to try to like do an announcement like, hey, for this song, don't record, don't be on your phone, like be
Yeah,
present, be in the moment, just listen, put your mask on, and just like, because some people will be hiding behind their phone, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, look,
yeah.
don't do that, like let loose, like this is our message, this is what we're trying to do here, so
I like it. And we haven't had that since the likes of, and I'm going to date myself again, Pink Floyd. Like, phone Pink Floyd album, crack a
I
beer open in your house, and you just let it go, and you're just sucked in. That's what we need to do more at concerts. Yeah, I'm guilty. I film, but for the most part, like a lot of times, people are like, "Oh, you're not getting this." Like, I want to be a fan. I want to
Yeah.
feel the
right.
fan experience. And, don't be afraid to do that, people.
Yeah, by all
Be a
means, get a
fan.
few clips, but don't forget to enjoy the show. Like, don't forget to jump up and down, clap your hands, like be present, sing the songs, sing along with us, because that fuels it. Then it's like an exchange, and that's
Exactly.
what we're out here for.
Well,
Feel
the
that,
best
and
thing, Jeff, you film, but you vibe. Like it's a totally different thing. It's fucking awesome. I
Hmm.
love it.
yeah, I clip it and go. And like I said, one of the bands that's opening for you on the 24th at Artie's, our good friends Lady White Rat will be opening, and they performed last week, and they said, "I want to shout out the Yo Show, shout out the Perrine family, Jeff and his wife Cassie," and I'm just clapping to him. People are like, "Oh my God, you didn't get it on video." No, I didn't, but that's okay,
Hmm.
man. I sucked in the moment. That's perfectly all
Right.
right. But let's talk about some of these shows in these venues. I know you're a Delaware guy and you're from the area. The 22nd halftime in Newark, Delaware.
Hmm.
23rd, the Lucky 13 in Brooklyn, New York. I hear that's a primo spot. And I've been to Artie's before a few times. 24th, Artie's in Frenchtown, great place.
Yeah, I
Tell us
love
about some of
Artie's. They
these.
got good food in there
Yeah.
too. Like if
Oh
you just
yeah, they do.
want to grab
It's a
some
good.
grub, I feel like Artie's always has some pretty good
Vince,
grub.
Vince,
Whenever we go on there, I'm like, we got a catering, we got a budget to like get some wings, right? Like, all right,
Right.
cool. Yeah, thanks, man.
Vince, I think I'm gonna come out on the 24th. I think because I'm free that day, so I think I'm gonna be there
Come
on the
on
24th.
out.
Yeah,
Got you,
and to the audience out there, like I said, if you're watching live, or a lot of people watch us recorded, if you can get to that show, get a few people, get a couple bucks together, and buy a Wake at Last some goddamn wings. Do it, man.
Yeah.
baby. Absolutely.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah,
So
it's great if you guys came out, and I would love to talk to you more about your music too. It sounds like we're on the same page, so maybe we can figure out, see where your music's at. Are you putting anything out new
Yeah,
recently?
yeah. I'm working on. I'm like I'm in hardcore mode right now. It's
Awesome.
and things are moving forward. It's just I have to, I don't know, I have my own process. That's why I always ask artists about their process,
Right.
because if I can pull anything from what they do, or if they can pull anything from what I do, like that's, like you said, the connection, so we do what we do for a reason, and that's why every single Jeff, I mean, every artist that I talk to on here, there's always something that resonates with all of us,
Mhm.
and that's the beauty of what we do. So yes, as far as new music, It's coming. Actually, this week I have one new release coming out. I'm hoping to try to actually push it to 2 releases weekly. But this week it's gonna be it's thunder. It's thunder coming out. So I'm
Good.
excited about it and I love it. And I'm always that's the thing. I always want to network. You know, one thing that I don't like about musicians is the comparison. I don't
Hmm.
ever like when a musician compares himself to somebody else because you know what? We all have different backstories. We all have different voices. We all have different sounds, different experiences. We're all different people, but we can
Hmm.
all utilize each other's knowledge to grow and create art. That's what we do. I'm
That is the
so
word.
tired of the industry right now.
Community is the word. Yeah.
Amen.
I'm so fucking tired of the industry right now. And that's why indie artists, like artists that really are just genuine, like, I just want to put out good music. I want to make a good living because we deserve to. We all deserve to.
Hmm.
We want to live, but we want to create and we want to be able to breathe because our minds work in such a different way. But when we're able to breathe and our minds actually work in the ways that we know as artists they're supposed to, that's when the magic comes, you know? And
Agreed.
I love networking. Anything that we can build off of one another to be able to communicate with the world in the way that we're supposed to. That's why we're here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what brings me here. Yeah.
I did a few like features this year, which I'm pretty stoked about. You know, I did a feature with this band called Chaos Bay, which was really cool. One of the bands they're playing with in Brooklyn, they're called The Uncertain. I did a song with them, which is cool because their singer Sonia, very very similar mindset to you and I.
Mhm.
She's kind of been on this sort of like cyberpunky Matrix kind of underground feeling too, and I was
Nice.
like,
Nice,
all right,
nice.
looks like we're on the same page. Like let's sing a little jam together, you know. So
Yeah,
that's
dude.
been exciting. So I definitely agree with you. I think connecting is probably the most important aspect of it right now. And like you were mentioning, indie artists, you know, as a band that just recently became more of an indie artist, I do think that the fast paced way that the world is kind of moving right now, or that the internet is moving right now, that has created this sort of like era where I do think that people are being rewarded for being creative right now. And I think
Absolutely.
that like you can be sort of offbeat or you can be kind of weird or out there, but there's probably like some peeps out there where the algorithm god will like connect you to them and they'll be like,
Yep.
this is like crazy. This is the future of music right here, you
Yeah.
know? It's
True.
totally a thing,
Cheers.
you know, and yeah, absolutely. And it is one of those things that I think about a lot because if you play the game the way it was played back in, you know, even just 5-10 years ago, it's a completely different game now, you
Yeah.
know. And we've been a band since 2011, so we went through all those kind of phases where it was just like tour until you literally just can't even think anymore
Yep.
to oh, time to hop on social media, and like now it's all about like letting people in and letting people see your process and all of that. Like it's really evolved fast, like
Yep.
very fast in how things are. But right now is a good time because as long as you're consistent with something, I feel like, and that's something I had to learn. That was a tough lesson because I was like, might post once a month, you know, and they're just like,
Yeah.
nah, bro, you need to be posting like every day, every other day. Like you just gotta post, like get it out there because you know there's that one person that's gonna be finger swiping at 70 miles per hour that might see your ad and be like, oh snap, like this is
Yeah.
totally my thing. Boom, follow, boom, you've got a new fan. You know, it's
Yeah.
like it's just crazy how fast things are moving. But it has created this era where I do think that it's not as hard to be an indie artist. You know, you don't need the big funding of labels because there's so many tools available to us now that you can implement
Yeah.
yourself. And you know,
Exactly.
even if you just can put together a decent demo, it's so much cheaper to like pay for professional mixing and mastering than it is to go travel somewhere, you know, do hours in a studio or like do this or that. Like if you can get the message across without any of that, then you're already doing more than a lot of people are doing right now.
Yep.
So it is
And you never know what
definitely.
happens like behind the scenes. Like a lot of people want to like predict the future or like, most people are like drawn to the negative. So like, well, I'm never going to make it. I'm not going to do this. And unfortunately that's how our minds are have been programming. And actually Vincent, you said that as well. You
Mhm,
said that's what I say, musicians. And
mhm,
actually I think we all kind of feel this way in a sense. We
mhm,
know that we have been programmed in different ways. We still have caveman aspects in our
mhm,
minds. So when you can um I guess, rise above that paradigm that, you when you start seeing the person that you are, when you start noticing like the gifts that you're given, that you've been blessed with, it does help you to move forward. I think now, as far as an artist, I think the days of these labels, they're coming to an end. You
Mm,
know why? Because I mean, I understand the process just being there myself. I understand why they utilize boy bands and Justin Bieber's and Katy
mhm.
Perry's and Taylor Swift's, because it's recurring money. And it is. And I don't think a lot of people realize this, but New Kids on the Block. 40-year-old women are still seeing New Kids on the Block, right?
Yep.
Because they're still making money. But these labels, they want so much control over an artist, but a true artist doesn't want that, and we
Mm,
feel it within ourselves, right, Vincent? Like
yeah.
you, like I can't be creatively controlled. I will listen to advice all day long,
Mhm.
but I can't be creatively controlled because you're silencing a part of me that needs to scream.
Right. Don't put me in a
Yeah.
box. You
Exactly.
know?
Exactly.
And that's
Bro.
why I say, like, the days of these labels, unless they evolve with the times and stop thinking that they know everything. They obviously they know a lot, of
Mhm.
course,
Yeah.
and they do very well because they want to be where they're at,
I'll
obviously.
put him in. I'll put you in a
Yeah.
box tonight. Sorry.
It's like,
No, you know,
all right, I
a
like boxes. Let's
metaphorical
talk.
box.
I like
Gotcha.
boxes.
Yeah.
That was a
That's
lesbian
why.
joke. But
That's
anyway,
why I. That's why I enjoy doing this. I mean, even like some people are like, "Oh, I never heard them." Well, come in and check it out. See what they're all about.
Yeah.
They come in
yeah,
and like I said,
it's
we're not
cool though.
about. We're not a drama show. I'm not trying to know anybody's
No,
skeletons or dirty past. I want to know about the good stuff, the stuff people see on
yeah,
stage and how it creates. So Vincent, sorry not to be disrespectful.
No, you're good,
You
brother.
you coming on and the words coming out of your mouth tonight are fantastic. And it's not.
unbelievable.
And a lot of people are like, oh, they're a great band, oh, they're great music. Yeah, but don't be afraid to be a little deep, learn a little more, and pick
Absolutely.
up
I
ideas and
love
stuff.
I love things like this. That the podcast and I've been considering doing one myself. Like
Yeah,
I know
man.
that what's the one that's really popular. It's like lead singer syndrome or something like that. I'm always like, oh man, I
Oh,
would love to do a segment on that because
I'm
they do a
here.
lot of they do a lot of cool stuff. And again, I'm kind of old school, so I'm just starting to dig in a little bit. Like I'm also like a big nerd, right? So I would love to do some stuff where I talk about like some of my nerdy shiz or the
Yeah,
book I'm writing and like stuff like that. But it's just like none of that is really like on brand with Wicked Last necessarily, but I feel like a lot of a Wicked Last audience would listen to it,
yeah.
and I like these opportunities. And this is the first podcast I've done in a while, just because
Thank you.
I haven't gotten that many offers, and I guess I'm not super good at like digging them up. Like I feel bad. I know it took me a little while to like respond to some of the messages. When you have like messages, I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like, there's so many messages where I write a response and then something happens. I put my phone in my pocket and then I like open it back up later on. I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh my God, I like forgot to send that response. And I'm like, oh, shit.
It's
But,
that's
that's
we
all
get
right.
scared here sometimes. I'm like,
yeah,
uh oh, I think I
I'm
lost
saying,
it.
so I do apologize if I caused any panic, because I remember just
Okay.
the other day, I think it was Kinsey who messaged me and was like, "Hey, just double checking. Like, are you sure you're good for Tuesday? Because you haven't said nothing." I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Yeah, 100%. Like 8:25, I remember. Like again, ADHD brain. I was just like,
Sure.
out of sight, out of mind. And then as soon as they brought it back to my attention, I was like, "All right, cool. All right, I know where I'm at now." So, but
Awesome.
I love opportunities like this because I don't get to talk about this stuff that much, And a lot of my friends and family, like they might dig a little or they might pry a little, but it's not the same as like really talking to other peeps who kind of really understand it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hopefully I'm not getting like too deep necessarily. I know I'm a rambler. I do apologize, but it is one of
No,
those
you're
things where it's
good.
like, these kinds of opportunities are good, because if I don't
It's
get this out
rare.
of my head, all I'm doing is thinking it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if all I'm doing is thinking it, then I'm just spiraling slowly into madness. But
We've
Oh,
been
oh
we've been
wait, what's
doing
the
it.
song? Oh, sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
So we've been doing it for over 8 years, and
that's
that is kind of the goal. Is it? And like you said earlier, like letting people in your living room, kind of like opening up my basement or
mm-hmm.
my little studio area and being, yeah, come in, grab a seat, let's shoot the shit for a half hour, and then we'll roll. And
Absolutely.
people are like, that's a cool concept. But like I said, man, it's really your half hour. I know we ask questions, we talk, we intervene, but it's your time. This is what people want. They want to know about Vincent, Awake at Last, etc. You can find Awake at Last by searching Facebook. Of course, you got the page Awake at Last. Instagram is one long word, Awake at Last. The website, www.awakeatlastrock.com. The brand new single, Masquerade, is out now. Before I would let you go, because we're way past the half-hour thing.
Oh, no. Sorry. It was probably
No, that's on us. We feel bad to keep artists too long, so I know you guys are busy.
No, you're fine. I did not have anything going on tonight, so I did not mind at all.
Especially, as I said, you're a couple days away from 3 awesome shows. Again, catch Awake at Last, November 22nd at halftime in Newark, Delaware. November 23rd at the Lucky 13 in Brooklyn, New York. That's going to be a banger. November 24th, one of my favorite places, Artie's in Frenchtown, New Jersey. Our good friends, Lady White Rat, on that docket. Tickets are on sale now. The website is right down the bottom, www.awakeatlastrock.com. Go there. Find how to get tickets. Buy a goddamn t-shirt. Download the album. Don't get too much in Vince's face because he likes a little bit of separation. But for the most part, love him and kiss his ass.
When I'm at shows, it's like I'm an open door policy. If you catch me, I will stop whatever I'm doing, unless I'm like on my way to the stage. I try to be pretty good about staying available. I don't love the idea of like putting up the curtain and not coming out until we play. Like I like to connect. I like to talk. I like to
Sweet.
See how people are feeling. But thank you so much for the opportunity, man. Yes,
Jeff, what he said right there, that's a genuine musician. Because anybody that doesn't want that connection is either egotistical. I'm sorry. No, I'm going to offend some people. I hope I do. They're either very egotistical or they don't believe in themselves. But that is a genuine musician right there. Because you have to connect. That's the only way you really, you feed your spirit, and we all have to feed our spirits. So
I like that.
Vincent.
Yeah, I like that energy until you meet my wife, who has zero clue how to stop talking. You guys say you ramble? Wow.
I love
poor Vincent will be in the corner like, help me. She's great.
All right, cool.
Yeah, she's cool. She gets into it like I do. And like I said, tonight, Fan Geek, man. So much hype about you coming on tonight, and that geeks me out. And super cool, man. Down to earth, 100%. Awake at Last. Dude, when the new stuff comes out, to get a couple more things together. You want to come on back? We'd love to do this again.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm totally open to it. I need to start looking into more opportunities like this anyway, and it all starts somewhere, Absolutely. 8 years, that's awesome. Consistency's key, man. You can keep on doing it. All you can do is get bigger, right? Like there's nothing that's going to stop you from continuing to do what you're trying to do, and I respect it. And I look forward to it. And I look forward to seeing you come to the show. Bri, that would be sick. And you're going to be there, right?
The 24th, I have been booked to MC another show. But I might be able to still make it. I might be able to still make it, though. But I do love that also. I also love...
I think we play last, so if you get out of there at a decent enough time, come pop by.
That might be doable.
It'd be cool to talk in person to you and get a chance to really put a face to the screen, if you will.
Certainly will.
Black Masquerade.
Right, that's right. Out in the actual open. This is pretty much me, though. But Vincent, thanks a lot, man. We're gonna let you go, and good luck with more. And have a great night, man. 100%, just a perfect chat tonight.
You too.
Bye,
I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I will see you.
Bye.
Vincent from Awake at Last, and Bri, I tell you, I know you ran a little behind with some technical things, but here we go. And I know you like to talk a lot when you get into it with musicians.
No, well, it's not just that. Fangirling right now because he's fucking cute as fuck. He's cute.
Yeah.
The vibe, of course, but he's cute.
All right. I should have just stepped aside. I should have left for a half hour.
No, you shouldn't have, because you don't know what would have happened. I might have started taking my clothes off, so
Tuesdays and Wednesday nights, right here live on the ocean.
Hey,
but
live.
And you get geeked like I do about their inside and the deep story and all that. Kinsey, again, great job, because Kinsey's like, I got to Wake at Last for you if you're interested. Am I interested? Absolutely. And did a lot to put it together. And Kinsey's another terrific artist. And when you guys meet, you'll see. And people joke around like, oh, Kinsey's got a bit of an ego about his voice. Man's voice is phenomenal. And you mentioned, Bri, about if you don't have confidence in yourself and you don't want to resonate, then you don't believe in yourself. So
Exactly.
I like that. And they said Kinsey's a great dude. My man Michael Kennedy in the house. Awesome interview. New fan. Why not? Great band. Great stuff. we thank Awake at Last. We're going to give us a few minute break and we're going to play another song, of course. This is a great one called Divine Intervention. And man, I can't believe that my Apple Music didn't shut it off yet because I probably listened to it about 40 times a day. But anyway,
I'm not judging.
this time, right?
You
No
like
judging.
music, Jeff.
Judge Free Zone. That and Summertime. It's like my playlist. Awake at Last. Thank you. Divine Intervention. We're going to play it right here. It's awesome. It's about 4 minutes long. Check it out. Love it. Jeff and Bri will be back. This is Tuesday Night Live, the Yo Show. We'll be right back.
BRB.
I'll never be a perfect person, no. Even though I know I'll try, I keep searching for the fragments of my mind, the parts that broke and left behind, all the connections in my life, divine intervention. Give me a sign that I'm gonna be alright. God's above, take my life and give it purpose. Make me feel like I am worth it. A sign that I'm gonna win the fight in my mind. Always searching for connection. I need divine intervention. I like to think that we're immortal. I like to dream we're so much more. We are tangled webs and silver linings. We live and die, beginning at the end. Is it all part of the plan or divine intervention? Give me a sign that I'm gonna be alright. God's above, take my life and give it purpose. Make me feel like I am worth it. A sign that I'm gonna win the fight in my mind. Always searching for connection. I need divine intervention. Teach me, heal me, find me, love me. Give me an answer, 'cause I know there's something inside, and I know it's giving me life. I'm always searching for some kind of plan. Have I done enough? And now I'm learning that all this is one. Our existence is infinite. Give me a sign that I'm gonna be alright. God's above, take my life and give it purpose. Make me feel like I am worth it. A sign that I'm gonna win the fight in my mind. Always searching for connection. I need divine intervention.
I clap my hands, and I got to tell you, Bri Teller, we can't see each other while the song is on, but I was dancing and clapping and headbanging and emotional, man. Tough stuff, great stuff. I even holy moly'd myself, my own comment section. Awake at last, divine intervention.
That vibe right there is literally, it's so freaking weird how things, I swear there's no coincidence ever. That song is literally everything that I personally, in my space where I'm at right now, in my life, in my head, in my soul, spirit, that's what I needed to hear right now.
Yeah.
Like, my gosh.
It's a mover. It
That was
really is. It
the
gets the bell. It gets the seal of approval.
yes.
And
The
I
golden,
gotta
you guys got it.
the golden bell. And I gotta tell you this. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks since we've been. Oh, look at that. I didn't even realize like my phone. I got like this. I texted my wife a little something about listening to the show, make sure everything sounds clear because I appreciate when she does that. And my voice text got on, and I'm just reciting. I should have saved that. It was all me just reciting everything I was just saying. It was pretty cool. But anyway, like you've been with us a few weeks, and there is an extra. And you said your interviews are great. The way you talk is good about me. You said you really give it a good vibe. You pull that little extra something out of an artist, being an artist, having that mindset, and not saying it's something that I can't do. It just seems like something I don't know how to do like you do. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, because I noticed like last week at Lisa, and I said before, I said I don't know how deep she's willing to go, and then I just felt you making her feel at home, like let's get deep, let's get super real, and then we all cried. My wife cried, JD Wolf cried, people were crying.
I love you,
It was,
JD.
but it was strong, like tonight, very strong. You know what I mean? There's good message in it, and
You know what?
Well.
I'm gonna add on to that, Jeff. Okay, I have my own area. I do. Obviously, I was on The Real World on MTV.
Yeah.
And I feel as though the world does need more realness. Good, bad, ugly. When you mask yourself, because we all go through shit. We do. And there's
Yeah.
so much stuff. I keep on saying, I'm gonna say it till the day I die. We are all children in adults' bodies.
Yeah.
And you can blame I don't know what I just dropped, but okay, whatever. You can blame the entire world for the thoughts that you have or the feelings that you have, or you can start looking at yourself. And that's why the depth of music, like there's a reason why music touches your heart and touches your soul. And when you can find out the creative process, and especially I feel like musicians, we're probably some of the most tortured souls that exist, and we don't know where it comes from. We just are. Even if our pasts aren't that terrible, it's something we feel more. But I feel like there's so many people, even that aren't musicians, that are like that. Jeff,
Yeah.
you might be the same way, which is why music resonates with you so much. And even if you can't like verbalize it in a certain way, I'm learning to do better because I read all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of an asshole, so I don't want to like come off as an asshole to people by saying the wrong thing, so I have to figure out my own wording of things. That's why I try to connect and I try to ask questions of anybody that I can, because I don't want somebody to feel like they're being misunderstood or they're
Right.
not heard, because that's all we care about. That's
Sure.
all of us ever want. We just want to be heard, understood, and just accepted. I don't give a shit what the fuck you've been through, motherfucker. If I don't like it, what you tell me, I might back off a little bit, but I'm not going to judge you because you have your own
Right.
story. And that's I mean that for anybody that I talk to. But I when Vincent said he lives for the connection is real. Jeff, there's a reason why you and Cassie are together. There's a reason why we have certain friends that are still our friends, that no matter how long we go without talking to them, they're still there. There's
Yeah.
a reason why our parents are our parents, whether you get along with them or not. When you see people are people, people are people. We all have different backgrounds. We all have different stories. Then you stop getting angry so much. You stop expecting things so much, because people are going to do what's in their own best interest.
Yeah.
So that's why I love having the conversations that we have, because music is one of the main ways to really communicate feeling. And
Yeah.
that's why it's so powerful. So when I'm able to connect with that side of an artist, and thank you actually for what you said, because that means the world to me. Like that's literally why I was put here. That connection is the most incredible thing in the world. And I'm telling you, Stevie Nicks said it in one of her songs. What is it Dreams? When the rain washes you clean, then you'll know, something like that. She said. Is that a song, Dreams?
Not a fan.
Okay. Oh, all right, never mind.
That happens. That happens.
Well, I love her lyrics. So pretty much when that's what they say. Like when you meet the woman or the man of your dreams, when you know, you know. And it's the same thing when you feel your spirit is being activated, you know. And when something in music, whether it makes you feel like sick and sad inside, there's a reason for that. And when you can tap into why you're feeling that way, or if it makes you feel elevated and feel good, when you can tap into why it does that, it's the coolest fucking thing. When you figure it out, that's what heals your soul. It heals your spirit. And there is a reason for everything.
Absolutely, I agree. And I wanted to plug this real quick, if you don't mind. Like if you, because Bree says she likes a connection. If you want to get a real connection, I implore you, Thanksgiving Eve, you can catch the one and only Bree Teller and her Killer Bees duo at the Poorhouse, 29 Airport Square in North Wales, PA. My good friend Rocco is the general manager there, and he said, "You like music? I have a music question, says I know it's your thing. I need a duo." Thanksgiving Eve. I need somebody that the crowd is going to connect with, the kind of music they're going to like. Send them Summertime. He said, okay, what else? Because obviously they're going to want some covers, stuff people know. Cool. And he said, I like this. He said, I think this is going to reach out to me. So come on out. Grab some cocktails. Come see my man Rocco, because he says he's trying to get a music budget. Another place. We just talked about venues shutting down. Here's a place. Even if they have duos or acoustic, here's another place ready to have original and some cover, but local artists. Thanksgiving Eve. The amazing Bree Teller and her Killer Bees duo at the Poorhouse, 29 Airport Square in North Wales, PA. Bree, the excitement of me passing your name along. And the excitement of somebody saying, yeah, I like it. Let's do it. Made me feel giddy. I mean, the manager's cut. You don't have to pay me right away. We'll do that over time.
I feel you.
He's like,
no, but it's happening. It's happening.
He said, what's in it for you? I'm like, absolutely nothing. What's in it for? And he's been great. When we had our beer business, he brought our beer into Chicky and Pete's. So I owe him my life. The man has always been great to me. He's a great dude. I think you're going to love him. My wife is in the house, of course.
Yay, I love you, Cassie.
Cassie. Yeah, we're going to miss it. We're going to be in Vegas. There's a piece of me.
Oh, no. I'm so sad. You're so sad. You guys are going to be in Vegas, that you're going to miss it. I'm coming. Pack me in your luggage. I'll try to be 2 places at one time, but pack
There's a piece of me that wants to go to Vegas, come home, go back to Vegas.
Right, I'm right there too. I swear.
It's going to be so great. And, of course, I met Rocco through Cassie. While Cassie was going through college, she was working at the Miller's Ale House in Willow Grove while she was going to school. Rocco was one of her managers. Great guy. Met him. Again, when I got into beer business, he said, bring it to Chickies and we see what you got. Put it on tap. We did great with that. And ever since then, we've been close. It was at his wedding. And he said to me, let's talk about something you love. Music. Give me somebody. I need an artist. And you came right to mind, like pop, because I know you do the Killer Bee thing. I hear rave reviews down the shore how great it is. So yeah, man, get out there and kick some serious ass. And maybe I got to get you a Yo-Show shirt before you go on stage.
Yes, please. Actually,
right?
I was actually I'm designing what I can. All right, and I know plenty of people that are very, very good with, like, we got to talk about this. We got to discuss it, because you need Yo-Show shirts. I mean, seriously, Jeff, like, this is yo shit. It's yours. Like, and you're so fucking good. Like, you really, maybe some of you guys don't really understand. Jeff is so dedicated, to hearing new local acts, like going out and seeing them and supporting them, and just he really reps what he loves. Like, that's connection. That's the best fucking thing. And dude, I'm so thankful that this happened, that I'm here with you right now. I appreciate you so much.
I'm not supposed to cry every week. I'm not.
Well,
I know. I get.
Cry.
Men cry. I get emotional here sometimes when I hear great stuff like that, and I'm not afraid to tell people that I get very emotional by compliments are not my thing. Although I think I'm wonderful and I love when people say it.
Yeah.
When they say it in real time, I'm always like,
Yeah, when you feel it, right? When you feel,
yeah,
you know. And also, all right, seriously, North Wales, guys, poorhouse. Seriously, I implore you to come out because what Brian and I do is unlike anything I think you've ever seen. We take requests, we have our originals, we have our covers, but it's just a different feel. And I swear we are very, very good at what we do. So if you guys want to come out and just breathe, have a good time, and really like actually be a part of the show. Like you
yeah,
are a part of it when you're sitting and hanging out with us because it's a chill session. We have so much fun. So Jeff, I'm so thankful. Thank you for introducing me to Rocco, and especially even talking to Rocco. He's
sure.
cool as fuck. I'm
He
excited.
is. He's pretty awesome, and he
Yeah.
said, because there was a time he's like, I don't know if we're gonna keep doing music. We're kind of losing it, and I'm like, oh no. And then came back. He said, I got a music budget, and I can bring some acts in. He said Thanksgiving Eve, and like I said, bingo, who better? So I'm excited for that. I'm excited just to bring music. I wish every venue could get some kind of stage or some
Yes.
kind of area for people to play everywhere.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are bummed about Nick's Roast Beef, like I said, and Doc's like, oh no, we're losing venues. Yeah, we are. I said, Broken Goblet step up and said, hey, anybody that was booked, let's try and book you here. Let's not let you go hungry and let's let you get your spot. I would do that in my freaking back porch if I could
You
and
will.
sell tickets.
He's going to do it. He says he would if he could. He's going to do it. You know what's going to happen to do because Cassie's learning the bass, and you know she's going to be playing it every chance she gets. Once she gets all that shit down, you're going to have a whole big old party every weekend in your backyard. I'll be there.
We talked about a couple things and not to give away ideas, but I always get ideas. And the key concert series thing we do, they says shoot some ideas because we're trying to renegotiate for 2025. And I said two things: an acoustic night, try to get bands to do a 4-piece acoustic, which is tough. Not everybody likes that stuff. Okay. And item number 2, I said ladies' night. And he's like, what do you mean, the guest? I'm like, no, the artist.
Ooh.
I want females at the front. I want every female at the front. There's a lot of great ones. And there's a lot of great men. I'm not selling you short with this. But think a night of like all female performers. And if you can get all female bands, or even just like a female fronted, etc., I think it's a super cool idea.
Absolutely.
There is no longer a back seat. It's a 50-50 score, gentlemen. Women are just so powerful in this game now. And
Yes.
again, like the connection, I know how society is, and some men say, I want to back off a little bit. Sure, as a woman, sometimes, back off a little bit. But you got faith in your audience, you got faith in your fans, you got faith and confidence in what you're doing.
Yeah.
The
And
ladies.
yeah. Definitely. I love that, Jeff. That's fucking awesome. We'll talk about this as well later because I love that idea. There are so many phenomenal female musicians out
Yeah.
there. And I mean, I don't want to do the whole like feminism thing, right? Because men and women have different qualities. All right.
Right.
You know who you vibe with. You vibe with your people, whether it's a girl or a boy, period. All right. It's not like I don't care about one-upping anybody. I'm just who I am. You are who you are. But we get one another. We vibe. All right. Whether I have a vagina and you have a penis, doesn't fucking matter. All right. When you're really good at what the fuck you do, you're good at what the fuck you do, but that shows in the world outside of you because people really appreciate what you do. I can pull together. If you really want to do that, I can pull together some phenomenal females.
I like it. I like it a lot. It's definitely, there's a lot of ideas that I come up with. Excuse me, and also a lot of beer. But
Yingling, you're doing
Yingling.
a job. We love you.
You are doing a job. Little Belching. We love you out
Oh,
there at
yeah.
Yingling. But, and when we started doing this show, like I said, like 8 years ago, and Jules' first idea when we sat down was local artist.
Mhm.
Great, let's do it. And we had some in. And I started to notice her gravitating more towards female artists.
Mhm.
And I'm like, hey, I kind of like this. So we were searching the area for great female musicians, metal artists, front women of superpower growl bands, and there's a lot out there that are really strong.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I don't discriminate my musician. You can sing, you can bring it.
Yep.
I love you.
Exactly. Especially, oh my gosh, I'm okay. So, sexually, I like both. Obviously, I love women. I love men. You know, the vibe is just something that I just resonate with, and I think it's easier, obviously, for a woman to say it than for a man to say it. Even if a man is like kind of is into both, but that's neither here nor there. Fuck it. I don't care. You like what you like. I don't give a. But I swear, there's just it's just an energy, and the energy doesn't lie. Like, I don't know. I just feel like we gotta stop believing like the paradigms, like the shit that we're told. Like, if you have to question anything, say fuck it and just do what feels right. You know, I love so many female musicians, and they really don't get the clout that they deserve because they work so hard. There is one girl, I have to remember her name. I'll remember it for next time, unless I remember it in a little while. But she does everything on her own, and she's up and coming. Like, she's so talented. Um, I just feel, I don't know. You know what it is? Um, well, to add on top of that, there's also a documentary that it's pretty much the people that are behind the scenes, like with famous artists, you know, and they're the people that like do like the backing vocals of famous artists. These people that do the backing vocals were actually even better than the famous artists, you know. And this is the thing, like, you know, it obviously it is what it is. You get where you get. Obviously, if you're willing to work more, put more time in, or granted, if you get lucky based upon who you meet, you know, you get those opportunities. You know, I do believe that there are people that are out there. So many phenomenal female guitarists that really, like, you know, Slash has a name behind him, but I personally have seen female guitarists that are better than Slash. And don't get me wrong, Slash, I love you. Literally, I love you.
Same.
I love
There's
you.
he's
At the
on the
same
wall.
time, you know, but I think Slash would even agree if he was sitting here talking to us right now. He'd be like, "Yo, I can tell you this girl, this girl, this girl," and that's the beauty of music. Like, when you really feel it, like it, people notice it. I
Yeah.
love the fact, Jeff, that you bring so much respect to the people that aren't seen. You know, like you really love it. It's a passion, and all of you guys that are watching too. Clearly, there's something in all of you that is resonating, and there's a passion there.
Yeah.
Keep on building up the people that you really see, that you know that their spirit, their talent, everything in every area of your life. You know, like, all we can do is build each other up. As far as the female musicians, I've been on a search for a while, and I've met a bunch. But I am definitely on a search because there's a lot out there, and there's some shit that a lot of people aren't even hip to. And
Yeah.
why not? We're the Yo Show. We're gonna get you hip to it. So just wait and see.
Amen. I like that. We had on the program in the past Nikki Stringfield, who plays with the Iron Maidens. Shredder, amazing. And she's sitting there saying, like, even before the show, she's like, I'm not that big a deal. I'm kind of a geek. Humongous. And then she was here. I reached out to, now she's more Australian, I believe, Orianthi, or Orianthi, however you say her name. Amazing. Haven't had a lot of success. The other one is escaping my mind. Female guitarist that plays with Alice Cooper. God, her name escapes me. And we had her booked, and she was going to come on, and we lost her the last minute. Nita Strauss.
Oh my gosh.
Huge
I
name.
love Nita
We were
Strauss.
this.
She's one
We
of
were
my
this
favorite.
close.
Oh, I'm
We were
reaching out again.
s-
I'll reach out
Yeah,
again.
dude, we were so close, and at the last minute they had to pull her. I'm like, oh my god, no.
Oh my gosh, I
Love
love her so
her,
much.
right?
Love her.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. And like I said, Nikki Stringfield was phenomenal. She's like, yeah, I do this, I play guitar, but I'm just kind of a big geek. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
you're
that's the
a
best thing.
superstar. You're a goddess to me.
Yeah, we gotta stop using those words in such a negative space. Geek is a great word. Nerd is a
Right.
great word. You like what you like. Fuck what anybody else says, because you are you. And you do what you do because it makes you motherfucking happy. Period.
That's right. And my
Yes.
wife's hot, so like, what else do I
yes,
need to
she's
prove to
fucking
you
hot.
people? What else do I need to
Can I-
prove to you people?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Can I borrow Cassie just for one night?
It's up to Cassie.
Hey, Cassie.
You may not make it home.
Hey, Cassie. I'm
Yeah,
here. Just call me.
right.
I love her so much.
She
I'm
is.
just
She
kidding.
is.
I'm not. No, I'm not kidding. I love her. I really love her.
Yeah, she's
I
awesome.
love her. She's
A lot of great
awesome.
traits about her, but definitely,
So
and I
many.
joke around with, oh, she'll corny and talk all night. It's actually how we found that amazing band, the Circus Hearts. We wanted to see somebody else. She ran into bass player Chris. He's promoting. She's yammering. Next thing you know, we could copy the album. I
Yep.
play it. It's phenomenal. It came on the show twice. We've seen them live. Amazing band. So talk. If the
Yes.
artists are willing, chat with them.
Exactly.
Just never know who you're going to get. Let's play one more because I just love this A Week at Last. I'm giddy. I'm geeked.
Me
How about
too.
one more?
Get it.
All right, this one is The Other Side. It's a goodie. I was only going to do 2 songs. Like, let's load 3 because I get the feeling I'm going to a lot of doses of this.
I love it.
I know, right? Tonight's guest, Awake at Last. The Other Side, Tuesday Night Live. This is the O Show with Jeff and Bri. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. Enjoy. I know you will.
Enjoy.
I've tried to find the words that I would say if I thought that you were listening. Are you listening? I think about it every single day. When we die, do we go away? Do we fade away? The highs and the lows, above and below. I'll drown my fears and dive in the river. Will we meet again in another life? Another life. Maybe if I brace myself and go with the current, I'll find your soul again on the other side. The other side. Can we start again? I've tried to tame the storm inside my mind, but the anger gets the best of me, fighting endlessly. Oh, I'm stuck in a world divided. Everything has changed. How can I elevate when I'm about to break? The highs and the lows are taking its toll, and you left me here to face it on my own. I'll drown my fears and
Don't-
dive in the river. Will we meet again in another life? Another life. Maybe if I brace myself and go with the current, I'll find your soul again on the other side. The other side. Can we start I know that energy is endless. It doesn't care if we live or die. I wish a twin flame could have held ya, 'cause maybe then I could have saved your life. The highs and the lows, above and below. You left me here, I'm living for us both. I'll drown my fears and dive in the river. Will we meet again in another life? Another life. Maybe if I brace myself and go with the current, I'll find your soul again. face my fears and dive in the river. Will we meet again in another life? Another life.
The Other Side, Awake at Last. We tell we're going to tell you. One of the real cool things, Bri, I don't know if you ever heard of an amazing local singer, Jexa Ingham. She's phenomenal. Been on our show before. And she said to me, she's like, I remember when I told you about Awake at Last. A lot of people give me names, and sometimes it's hard to keep up with. I do need an assistant. But chatting about it on Facebook, and she said, told you he's the best. Because I said, thank you. It was amazing. She said, told you he's the best. And I said, it was phenomenal. It's my new favorite band. And she said, oh my God, I told, with many D's, I told you, you did, Jexa, great job. Another Delaware person.
Yeah.
Bri, this is like my new favorite band. Like, I want every piece of their music.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Their
Strong.
lyricism, like not only is Vincent just phenomenal, like it's this, the whole group together is so cohesive. Like the sound is so pristine, the lyrics are so like a lot of people don't listen to lyrics. I live for lyrics. The lyrics are so deep, and the fact I know Jexa, she is not only a gorgeous girl. She's a beautiful person, like inside, and she's so talented, and she's so much fucking fun to watch. Like she's so much fun on stage, I love watching her. I love watching her perform. She's so cute. Her energy, everything. But she's really a sweetheart, sweet girl. So the fact that she loves Awake at Last, I swear, I'm fangirling like so hard right now.
Yeah,
like,
me
Vincent's
too.
voice is just you can't find that often. I mean, like, especially like natural. Oh, love it. Oh,
yeah,
I love it.
I'm with you totally with it. I just love it. It's real. That's music that and even if they change some of the ways instruments come out, it's fantastic. And I kind of joked with Jex and said we're kissing her ass. When I had her on the show, I'm going to tell you the story, Bri, real quick. How much I love and adore Jexa, both as a musician and a person.
Mm-hmm.
I had her booked to come on the show. What I didn't realize was a couple months before that, I bought tickets to the City Winery to see Candlebox and a band called Whole Damn Mess, who was also on our show. Great band. I'm like, okay, I got a problem. The Jexa show is the night of this concert. Being so much in love with our local artists, being so much in love with the Yo show, and loving Jexa so much, I told my wife, honey, find a friend, go down City Winery, have a blast. I'm doing the show tonight. I told Jexa that. She's like, for me, ridiculous. No, for you, indeed. And for anybody, indeed. When I've seen Candlebox before. My wife made sure she scored an autographed album by Kevin Martin. Thank you. Cool. And she had a blast, too. So we both had our thing. She had a blast out there doing that. I had a blast. Stop it. See, stop. You are incredible.
Girl.
Right? She's been there. I told her, yes, we're kissing your ass at the moment. So I guess she popped back in.
You.
To hear us rave about amazing. And Bri, it's every person I know who is going to see her, and I guess, they check social media to see who else she's friends with, might see us in the show. And they're like, you have that Jexa? Are you kidding me? That's incredible.
Yeah.
You're incredible, girl.
But she is, like, I swear, like I tell you, like, there's such a different energy with certain people. I mean, certain performers, but like her soul, she's just so sweet, and she's so much fucking fun to watch. Like it's just the whole experience is just like it's a great time. Like you have so much fun, and she's beautiful. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm also like mostly lesbian, I feel like, but I mean that's neither here nor there. But she really is. I love her so much. She's awesome.
Her energy's great. I've been watching some of the new stuff she's doing, some great covers and some great new music. And she had a song, the last time we had her on, we promoted this song. It was kind of like an FU to bad dudes out there. I'm like, man, I didn't know you had this in you. She's like, oh, I got it in me. And it was great. It was great.
I feel you, girl. I see you, right?
So
I feel you, girl.
You're worth it. You're worth it. Well, I got to correct. I got Deftones tickets for April. I don't think it's a Tuesday. If it is, nobody's jumping in front of that.
Deftones. Wait. Hold on. You're speaking my language right now, Jeff. Continue.
Okay, so I have Deftune tickets in April. It's funny you said it because Cassie's like, well, if you can't find anybody else to go, so if that's your John, you and Cass chat it out, and the ticket
She's
can be
not coming home
yours.
that night. I'm letting you know.
Well, no, I'm going. She may not go.
Oh. Well, okay.
Yeah, so the ticket will be yours, and I know I'm coming home. I know I'm safe. You'd be like, not only are you coming home, you might be going home early, bro.
Jeff, Cassie, and I are going. We're taking those tickets. We're taking the tickets. Jeff, you gotta stay home. You gotta stay home and play with your dinghy. That's what you're doing.
No way. I got
You're
those
gonna be
tickets.
watching Deftones and getting all hot and
Wait a
bothered
minute.
over
I'm gonna
No
I'm gonna have to-
Ordinary Love. That's one of my favorites.
to take Jackson instead.
All right, okay, all right. No, Jess is coming with us. It's girls' night.
Wow. What about, where's this us? I got the tickets. She didn't even want to go. She's not even a big Deftones fan.
It's okay. If you know what, it might be girls' night for you too if you just tuck your penis.
To hang out, like,
Apparently, I don't know. People do that, so.
to hang out with my wife and Jexa and Bri, I'm tucking it. I'm chopping it off. I'm sticking it in a sock. It's gone.
No, I swear. Wait, are
His
they still
beard might
selling
weird you
tickets
out.
though?
I don't think so. And if they are in the aftermarket, they're going to be a little pricey. I actually stayed in the queue. And I'm at work, mind you.
Okay.
And I'm in queue. And all of a sudden the queue shut down. And I screamed at work, mind you, motherfucking kicked out of the queue. Don't believe it. My boss is like, can you come in my office? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what's wrong? He's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm in line for Deftones. And I got kicked out of the queue. He's like, I don't know what that French is, but get back to your desk and try to calm down. And he talked me off the ledge because the queue came back up. I got my tickets and I was right with the world.
Exactly. Well, at least,
Hate the queue.
I'm sure, yeah, he's been there. He understood. He understood.
Hate the queue. Big time. Objection. You don't know. When it comes to tickets and events, like I might seem like this sweet, mild-natured guy here, but tons of music, man.
Jeff is he's a reckless beast. He's like a whole like Viking. He is. Look at the beard. I mean, look at it. He's a Viking. Don't
He's a
fuck with
Viking.
him.
A Viking that drinks his lager. That's why I wear my Traverse the Abyss tonight. I mean, if you're a fan of hard metal music that just blows your mind in a fun way, Traverse the Abyss. Eric was on our show. And again, he says it. I'm a nerd, dude. I'm a big geek. Not when he's roaring on stage. So yeah, be a geek.
Love it. Always be a geek. Be the biggest geek you can be. You know why? Because usually geeks, from a girl's standpoint, the biggest geeks have the biggest dicks. I'm just saying.
I guess
People
I'm
don't
not
know
a big-
that, but it's the truth.
Not a big geek, I guess.
This is a life lesson. You guys have to learn. Don't be afraid to be a geek because your dick's large.
Wow. I
It's
guess
the
just
truth.
sign on to geekdom and it automatically gets large, I guess. How about that?
It's the truth, yeah. Because you know what it is? Because you're doing what you love. You do what you like. Whether no gives a fuck what anybody else thinks. And
I mean,
that's
look
what
at this-
enlarges your penis.
This wall, for God's sakes.
The psychology.
Got like 400 Funko Pops. Can't get any geekier than that.
Now. I'm sorry.
Like my Funko Pops and my Yingling. And I mean, the desk alone. Like, I got an open Funko Pop here. Deadpool. I got a Magic 8 Ball. I've got a Spider-Man. I'm a gigantic geek.
How often do you use that Magic 8 Ball, Jeff?
It's
Do you
not
use
that magic.
Magic 8 Ball a lot?
Not really. Sometimes on the show, I'll pull it. Wait, you got a question? Hit me with something.
I do. Okay. Magic 8 Ball. I would love to know. Guys, what do you think? What do you think we should ask the Magic 8 Ball right now? What do you guys think? Let's look at the chat. Let's see, guys.
Give me a question for the Magic 8 Ball. Anybody.
8 Ball. What do you guys want to ask the chat?
Hi.
I mean, what do you guys want to ask the Magic 8 Ball? I'm asking the chat, but what do you guys want to ask the Magic 8 Ball?
Right? Give it to me.
All right, got it.
Somebody talk. Okay.
Does anybody say anything? I don't think so.
No.
Like,
All
I
right.
don't know. It's too difficult. It's such a hard question because what if it's right? Okay, Magic 8 Ball. Is the Yo Show the shit?
Oh, God, come on, Magic 8 Ball. Magic 8 Ball says... It's stuck. It is just stuck. And I'm going to lose it. It says, without a doubt.
Oh!
Tuesdays and Wednesday nights live 8 p.m.
No such thing as coincidence.
That's it. My wife gets to sleep at a superstar tonight. How about that?
Hey.
Tomorrow night, we do come back tomorrow night. We do 2 nights a week. And I said I used to call it Yo 2.0, Yo Show Wednesday, blah, blah, blah. Now it's just all the Yo Show. Everything's the Yo Show. We get Bri Wednesday night off. We try to find guest co-hosts, somebody with a new flavor, new taste. We've had some good ones. Tomorrow night, it's up in the air, so we don't know. But we got a great artist, and she is rebranded herself, kind of from like a slow country, like a country rock, and it's Bri Taylor. It'll be another Bri Taylor. How about that?
Wait,
Bri
what?
Taylor. Yeah, her name
Wait,
is Bri
what?
Taylor. She also goes by Bri May, and she will be on the program.
Hold on, Jeff. Wait, real fast.
Yeah.
Because I was born in the month of May. This is wild. You're blowing my mind right now. No such thing as coincidence. That's wild.
This is her second time on. She is really great. I seen some of her pictures, like, man, like a nice little sex appeal you're putting out there now. She goes, oh, I'm totally rebranded.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how about bring it to the program? And she's like, of course. I'm like, okay, let's do it again. So she'll be on tomorrow night. I love her. She's deep. She's got a lot of deep things to say. Very interesting, very cool, very attractive. Just a wonderful artist. She takes her art very seriously. We appreciate that here. So, yeah, that's tomorrow night on the program, 8 p.m. to get a chance to tune in.
I'm so excited.
Bri
That's
Hot Taylor.
she's hot. She's
Yeah.
fucking hot. Wow,
You know,
dude.
Back in the day, like early on, my buddy said, you should just call it the Hot Girl Show because all your guests are usually hot females. Well, I mean, the majority of them are artists with something to say and something to deliver on a product. But a little attraction never hurts. Like tonight, like you said about Vincent. Vincent's got good looks, good looking fella. Why not, man? It's not a hinder. It's a no.
Blessing.
It's not a curse. It's a blessing. Thank you. It is. Look at me. I'm stunning.
Yes, you are. I love, you're a fucking Viking, Jeff. You are. A whole Viking. It's sexy. I see why Cassie with her beautiful blue eyes. Why
Right?
she loves you so much. But also, I see why she loves you so much because you're just fucking real. You're cool, dude. Like, seriously, the both of you guys are such great people. I am so blown away at the people that you have on the show, that you bring on the show. Because
Same.
you reach out to them. You're the one that like builds these connections and these relationships, and you really believe in us as artists, and that means the world to us. Like, it really does, in more ways than a lot of people can, maybe even you could even imagine. And Bri Taylor, that's wild. Wait,
Right?
okay, so tomorrow night, do you have a guest co-host already?
I did put out one invitation and didn't get a response yet. So if it's
Well,
open,
then I'm giving you a response. Can I do it? Because I want to talk to her.
okay.
Yay! I get so excited about this. Like, this is literally like, it's just everything. It means everything to me.
It geeks you, right? I get so excited for Tuesday, like today, and we're running a little past time, but that's okay. Real quick, today, I was off today. So you would think I'd be so damn prepared, like I'd be brimming with perfection. No, I'm slow drinking my cup of coffee. I'm having some
pretty
toast, which, by the way, is so underrated. I love toast. So underrated. But I'm having like some toast, and then like there's like some laundry to do, and yeah, I'll get to it. And then I'm doing the dishes, clean up the kitchen a little bit. All of a sudden I look, I'm like, oh my God, it's like 3 o'clock. Put the finishing touches on the show. Contacted with Bri, talked to Kinsey about the guys coming on tonight. And then I go into the 5 o'clock panic mode. At 5 o'clock, I ran to the market, got my beer, got my final ingredients for dinner, came home, made fajitas, ate a couple of them bad boys, took a shower, did my beard, came downstairs with like 15 minutes to spare. Adrenaline, baby. Adrenaline kicks me into gear.
Oh yeah, I feel you.
It does. I felt good tonight. I felt good. I like deadlines. I know it sounds crazy. I like deadlines because it makes you work harder because you're like, oh shit, it's got to be done by now. Let's go.
Exactly. Game time, bitch. That's what
Right.
your mind. That's literally what you tell your mind.
Don't give me too much time. Coming up on the program, we got some great guests coming up on the show. And Bri, I not signed, I don't sign, but got another great one to commit. Let's take a look at the list here. I am so lost. Just a mess. Anyway, yeah, okay. So we'll start with tomorrow night with Bri
Oh my God.
Taylor. I should say Bri Taylor. I am messing up. She's
Bri
gonna kill me.
Bri May Taylor. Oh my gosh,
Bri
this
May
is so
Taylor.
wild. I'm so
Right?
excited.
It's awesome. That'll be tomorrow night. Yo Show's Wednesday night version. December 3rd, we finally do get to welcome Kelsey Livingood, who is, of course, Mischief the Clown, also. She's supposed to be on Halloween. Got booked, of course, because she's so super cool, and her outfit is so super scary, but she's a hottie, too. December 3rd, Kelsey Livingood. December 4th is another Wednesday night, and just a sensational artist. Fourth time on the show, Alex. She has a great hard rock metal sound. Alex is absolutely terrific. We love her. She'll be coming on to talk about upcoming local shows. December 10th, this one is also, wait a minute, let me check something here. Am I messing up my schedule? December 10th is a Tuesday. Okay. December 4th, Alex. December 10th, Bri. I've got a guest. This will be her second appearance. Her name is JC Clark. She's from the band I Like Divided. She now does a little solo thing, brand new music out. Calls herself a geek. She's gorgeous. She's talented. December 10th. You're going to love her. If you love what comes on, you're going to love her. She is fantastic. That's December 10th. December 11th, one of my absolute favorite people on earth, Laura Cheadle, comes back for another visit. We went to see her, Bri. We went to see her live at Fat Lady Brewing. She's phenomenal. December 14th, the metal band Ruinous. And just announced, January 7th, a local country artist on the rise, Lily Moss, will be our very special guest here on the Yo Show. We are just packing them up. We're packing it in, Bri. I can't get enough. I book them so far in advance. Even, speaking of female bands, a female band by the name of Lead Pedal, who I've been trying to get for a while, talked to me today and said, let's set something up. Lead Pedal, super cool. Younger, badass chick band. Love it.
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be so fucking awesome.
I agree. I'm excited for all that, and I get excited to have you be a part of me, like I said. And again, I dwell on stories, the randomness of Craigslist. I'm like, I'm not going to get anybody good. And I got some weirdos, and all of a sudden I got this email from my favorite new weirdo, Bri. That was awesome. You're like, hey, I'm interested. And you said you had a feeling it was maybe me.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm like, this sounds, I think it might be. I had no idea, but I felt something. I did. Yeah, I feel a whole lot of things that I can't explain.
I felt something as soon as I saw your name. I'm like, man, is this like the knock on the door? You know? And even if you turn on tomorrow and say, I hate this, I'm done, I still love the shit out of you. Always. Absolutely always. Always.
No, I'm good. I'm here. Don't worry. Don't worry about that.
We God, we're set to get out of here. A couple things before we get out of here. I do want to remind everybody, Key Concert Series is back for December. We're doing something very different this year. The Saturday, December 28th is a Christmas and New Year's celebration with the music of Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra. Great tribute artists Eric Richardson and Rich DeSimone, who eats great pizzas. I love his Facebook. But they will be at the Fuge. This is Saturday, December 28th. Doors open at 6. Two super cool artists paying homage, if you will, to two of the legendary artists. The music of Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra at the Key Concert Series. I will also remind everybody again, hang on a second while I find the banners, because sometimes it takes me forever to do it. Thanksgiving Eve, if you're out and about, get out to the Poorhouse, 29 Airport Square in North Wales, PA. From 8 to 11, you get to see the Killer Bees featuring the amazing, the lovely, the talented, and a girl who's now like a co-host on one of the greatest talk shows on earth, Bri Teller. In effect, she'll even show you some tattoo and bra if you're good.
Yeah, maybe some titty if you're lucky.
Maybe. Ladies, come on out.
Seriously. Come on.
Tell Rocco to do like a 1 hour half-price drinks for ladies.
Yay! It's going to be an awesome show. And like I said, it's a whole interactive thing. You guys will have an awesome time. Come out.
A few originals, some covers, and of course, it's Thanksgiving Eve, which is really known as the go out night of the year.
It's a drinking night of the year.
I will be, right. I will be in Vegas, so I don't even know if we're having shows Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't know yet. I know. Trust me. I'm booking you.
That's my jealous face.
I'm booking you. You get booked for it. And I'm excited. I'm like, oh, not even going to be around.
It's okay. You guys are going to have an awesome time. But next time I'm coming, pack me in your luggage.
Oh, Absolutely. One more advertisement, because I got to do this one. I did it earlier. We're going to do it one more time. And Bree, if you're available, I know you'd rather go see your boy Vincent. But if not, Craft Hall this Sunday from 1 to 6:30 p.m. The Future Stars show by Atlanta Brocas with one of her absolute drop-dead greatest lineups ever.
Woo-hoo.
Craft Hall is a place. The Temple U Rock Ensemble, Purple Sage, Stealing Society, The Goodbyes, Riot Diner, our great friends from Harkin and Strange Culture. 4 of these 6 bands have been on the program. 4 of these 6 bands I've met, hugged, handshaked, loved, etc. And the Yo Show will be there emceeing. I'll be announcing all those bands on stage. Bree, if you can make it out, come on out. You can come on stage and announce bands. We'll have a blast.
I might be able to make both, to be honest with you. So, I'll figure it out on Sunday.
And the most important part, $10 measly. It's also all ages. So if I got the kids, bring the kids. Bring earplugs because it gets loud. But it is family friendly, but there's a lot of adults there. Craft Hall makes fantastic beer, great food. The whole experience of craft everybody. That is this Sunday. And if I'm walking away from football, even though the Eagles are playing Sunday night, but if I'm walking away from football, it's going to be freaking good.
Yes, this for a reason. I mean,
Right. Absolutely.
You're right, Jeff. That's
We
great.
are,
Surprised.
but
But I feel you. I like it.
It's such a lineup, too. Amazing. So a lot of great stuff going on. And like I said, for them people who have missed out from the closing of Nick's and Dockside, and I know Broken Goblin stepped up, we also would like to step up. If you're out there listening or you're listening and you know somebody, shoot us a line here. www.theyoshow215.com. There's a spot to email me, our social media. Drop a message. Hey, my band so-and-so lost a gig. What do you got? And if we don't have something immediately, I will ask around to try and find you something because the world needs this music, right, Bree Tower? The world needs music.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I thank you for conquering your technology fears. One of these days, we're going to get you a tech expert, and you're going to be...
This is true, yeah. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm learning.
That's all we can ask. All we can ask is learn. Now, we forgot to go to the emoji section. Our good friend Todd Fry, who's an awesome drummer. Love you, Todd. Josh David Houseneck from Burden to Guilt, one of our favorite bands here. My main man, Steve Giordano, who did not come in with any perverted comments tonight. Very disappointed. Bree's talking about lesbianism, and you got no dirty comments.
Come on.
And our good friend Derek.
Next time. He was
our good friend.
That's what he was doing.
He is saving up for the right moment. Our good friend Derek Philman as well. And there's our lovely picture. Look at us.
Yeah.
Aren't we gorgeous? We're 2 gorgeous people.
Yeah,
We're going to do the if you're single thing about Ix. We'll save Ix for next week. We'll talk about Ix next week because we know Icking tonight. We're going to take you out of here. And what I want to do is I talked about the show on the 24th with Awake at Last. This band is filling in for Kinsey King. This is going to be the opening band. Just saw them this past weekend. One of the coolest new bands in the PA area. Lady White Rat. We're going to take you out with their song Drowned. I want to thank Vincent from Awake at Last. I want to thank the audience and my man Kinsey King, of course, and thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Bree Tower. Much love, lots of love, all kind of love.
Love you guys. Thank you so much, Jeff. And I will see you next Tuesday, guys. Mwah.
You got it. Maybe tomorrow, depending. But for tonight...
No. I'm sorry. No, you're right. Tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.
For tonight, Lady White Rat. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, brother. Yo, likewise.
I'll love you, then she said. Cut your hair, you'll look like everyone else. Switch your shirt, you're looking a bit strange. Take this pill, it'll make your life so crazy.